Hey, so I'm gonna do a little different style of video than what I usually do. So what I've got going on here is I've got a 55-gallon tank, freshwater tank, and it's in need of some cleaning. I had one of my heaters kind of faulted out on me, increased the temperature a little bit more than I like, and it caused an algae bloom, which you can kind of tell down here. I get a little closer and take a look at that. You kind of see that green algae there. Not a big deal. A little bit up here on this glass, it needs some love too. But you can see some more algae back there. Shrimp taking care of it. I've got a pretty healthy tank most of the time, but I do have a bunch of shrimp and a bunch of snails. Everything's been breeding like crazy. I got some more mollies breeding. One thing you want to look for though, when you really need to clean your gravel, which is what I'm going to do today, is you kind of see this little film develop right down here. This little, black ring all the way around the bottom here. That's what I'm going to try and get out today. And I don't usually do the entire floor of the tank at one go. I'll do the first half, kind of let the fish move over to one side, and then I'll clean, this half, or I'll do front half or the back half. It just depends. I do this probably every other week or so. My tank stays pretty clean, but that heater faulting out kind of made it a mess. But I'm going to end up cleaning the glass inside and out, cleaning up some hard water. I've got a little bit of hard water here and there. Which, like I said, this algae is not bad at all, but it's a small bloom, not a big deal. So what I'm going to be using today is pretty simple. I just have a gravel filter. It's basically a siphon. There's the two ends right there. Nothing fancy. You can make it, or you can buy these on Amazon. It's just a gravel filter cleaner. It's also known as a siphon. And you also need like a used towel, old towel, something like that. So let's get started. A lot of people like to see this kind of stuff, kind of see the progress. My plan here, though, is just to take everything on this half, basically this little green plant here, this piece of wood, that piece of wood, this plant, move everything down. Right now, as you can tell, I've got a lot of shrimp in there. I initially bought about 6 and snails. I initially bought 2 large mystery snails, which is one by the school there. This looks more yellow than it actually is. Usually when it's yellow is when I can definitely tell I need to do a water change. Otherwise I do about a 10% water change every week. But until it's a good healthy tank, if everything's breeding like crazy, and everything is currently, you see snails everywhere. So if anyone's in the Southwest Iowa area and wants mystery snails or rainbow or ghost shrimp, let me know. I've got plenty I'll just give away, to be honest, as long as it's not being used for food. But yeah, so my plan here is just to move everything down. Try to, cram everything down to one side, keep the small shrimp away, and then slowly start vacuuming it out without trying to get any snails or shrimp out. I'll try and get a better view here of how this kind of works. Angle it down. One of the hard parts is actually getting your filter started, your gravel filter started. But the goal here though is you leave this end in your 5-gallon bucket. This end you're going to want to go in to your fish tank and tilt it back just enough to where you start getting water flowing out of your opposite end, and then you get right back in. You can just start slowly suctioning out, and what you'll see is, as I'm going along through here, you'll see all the dirt and gravel get picked up, and then I'll actually pinch off this. That way it kind of stops it. So you'll see the gravel kind of lift up and stop and drop. So I'll just keep going around and doing that, but I'll be pinching that off to kind of cause that way I'm only picking up the junk off the ground and not actually the gravel. So you'll see that, but yeah, it takes a little practice to get used to actually getting it started. But essentially you should be doing something like this, get it going, and then you just go right back in and you just kind of all the way around until you got a full bucket of water. I usually do maybe a full gallon bucket, if not more, if it needs it. I might do, this might take a while because it's so bad right now. Yeah, let's get after it. So you can see this here. I'm going to raise it up a little bit more. Sometimes you get a little wet, but as long as you get the end in the bucket, you should be fine. I'll just show you. So you can kind of see the method, the madness here. There we go. Angle it more, maybe. We'll get her started and then I'll lower it again. That way everybody can kind of see the fun part, which is getting all that gunk up out of there. Actually, first I move everything. So make sure your hands are clean. Get ahead of myself here. First, I need to get everything out of the way. But I want to show you all the junk that sits up under all your plants, all that good stuff. So I'm going to try and move at least this first half away, out of the way. So make sure your hands are nice and clean. Wash my hands earlier. See all that kind of stuff take off. I've got some baby shrimp in there, which are perfectly fine. You can kind of see them falling out. Didn't mean to do that. Just lift them up out of the water, get them out of the way real quick. Carefully get them in here without crushing anybody. Put a piece of driftwood back in here. It's like a couple pieces. So in this tank I've got black lyre-tail mollies. We've got a pretty neat striped Raphael catfish which stays hidden all day. I've got a bunch of these beautiful rainbow shrimp. They get to be about 1 inch in size. They're pretty nice. Some tetras there, more tetras, lots of tetras in here. You've got a small kid, he likes to see the movement. Be very careful here not to squish anybody. Just trying to get this out of the way. Make sure everybody gets a heads up. We're moving carefully. Alright, everybody, we're going for a ride. Yeah, I really got way too many shrimp in here. I bought, I want to say, a couple ghosts, meaning, you know, 2, 3, and a couple of rainbows, and I've got probably close to 100 total shrimp now. It's a little insane. I definitely need to downsize, so ain't gonna be pretty over here, but I'm gonna get everything up out of the way. There's shrimp everywhere. It's gonna make it kind of a little hassle. The neat part is, though, is you're able to actually readjust everything, move everything. Maybe you want a little change of scenery. Get all these guys up out of here. Come on, buddy. You don't want to stress anybody out. I've got a lot of shrimp here. I really need to get some out of here. So, I'm not going to try to, but I'm probably going to end up actually accidentally scooping a few of them up. But I'll keep an eye out when I drain my water. Yeah, it's going to be a rough one. Alrighty, so it definitely looks more yellow in this video than it actually is. But yellow's not a good sign. Alrighty. Let's see if I can get her a little bit higher, get that angle, so you can see what I'm doing here. Too high. There we go. So let's see if I can get this thing going real quick. So you just want to make sure you are prepared to pinch it off when you need to. The goal here is you can go in and fill that up, kind of lift it up and out until it gets moving. You'll see it start to go down there. And if you can keep it rolling, which I just did in one go. Alrighty, well, I got lucky there, but that's pretty much all it is. You just want to essentially get that water moving, and then as it's moving, grab some more. That's all you want to do. So I'm going to reset real quick. It's really that simple. It just takes some practice. Then I'm going to lower back down so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. All the good nasty stuff. I'll start at the front, and I'm probably going to end the video shortly thereafter, just so you get the good idea. I might do before and after. I might do one side and then the other, just take a good photo before and after. But it's going to be hard to do because I've got a little shrimp here, a bunch in that back corner. I've got a lot of shrimp right here, so it's going to be hard to do. I might try to get rid of some of those here before I do the whole thing. Alrighty, let's go. So I'm going to dip it back in. Get the water rolling. We're rolling, it's siphoning. And then didn't quite get it there. Get get there either. We'll get there. All right, do something like that. Get all that nasty stuff up and out of there. That's looking kind of clear. We'll pinch it. Move to the next spot. I'm trying to shake a little bit to get let the shrimp know we're changing some things here. I'm going to try and keep a close eye. So you can see the color change right there in that rock already. All that good stuff coming up out of there. Kind of shake the gravel a little bit. This is not going to stress the fish out too bad. They'll be just fine. They're used to this. We've got an under gravel filter here, so if you see any blue, that's what you're seeing there. And we'll just basically do this all across the front, sides, the middle. There's a shrimp right there. Oh yeah. Just kind of shaking to get everything loosened up and scare the shrimp away. I don't think I've got any yet, but I'll keep a close eye when I dump this. This is not really the style of videos I usually do, but if it takes off, I might do some more. I've had this tank for probably a year and a half now, but I grew up with fish tanks. My father had aquariums growing up. So I've just kind of always enjoyed it. It's nice to sit down here sometimes, watch a movie with the lights off and kind of see what the fish are doing. It's pretty neat to see. Plus, I've got a kid who's a year and a half. He enjoys looking at them all. Likes going downstairs and seeing the fish. We haven't really got to that phase to where we watch, fish movies like Nemo, Finding Nemo. That came out when I was a kid. So my dad went out and got a saltwater tank and had all those clownfish. Everything like that in there. They call that a blue dory. What's dory? Can't think. Blue something. My tank's getting, my 5-gallon bucket here is getting to be about, oh, I got a shrimp in there. Let him get out. There he goes. Come on, buddy. And he's out. Figure that's going to happen, but I'm trying to be good and not let any fish or shrimp get in there. Oh, there's another one. Is he good? Oh, he's out. Yep, and that's basically all it is. Real quick process. It's good to do. It cleans up your tank, makes your fish happier and healthier. And we'll just do this all the way forward, all the way back. We'll make sure you hit all those areas where you had your driftwood or any plants, stuff like that. And if you have sand's a very similar process. But this little part here, the siphons, maybe a $10 piece, I want to say. But if you've got a garden, this is really good stuff to go out and dump into your garden, full of good nutrients. Of course, water. I just dump it down the drain. Wife's not a big fan of that, but which she doesn't know, just might hurt her. Oh well. Well, that's what I'm going to do for right now. I'll do the other half some other day. If anyone wants to see it again, I can definitely show the other half. Alrighty, my bucket here is getting pretty full. I keep my tank pretty clean most of the time. I mean, I feel like I have it neglected right now just because I was kind of wanting it to get dirty for a video, which that heater faulting out definitely gave me a chance to do that. The algae bloom took off. So if you look right here, there's no more of that dirt line, as you can see right here. So I need to do a better job of cleaning this up. I might actually move this piece of driftwood over, then hit even more of this. I try to do about 50% of the tank at a time. That way I don't stress the fish out. You can see everybody's nice and happy, everybody's exploring. I'm also today gonna clean up some of these snails, get some of these snails out of here, give them away. I'm gonna clean the glass inside and out. Of course, you don't want to use any kind of chemicals on the outside, inside of course either. We're just gonna do a little maintenance like that today though. But everybody seems pretty happy. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Any input you got, I'd appreciate it. If you know what to do with your extra snails, shrimp, stuff like that, let me know. Because I definitely need to get rid of some. Thank you. Alright, I figured I'd go ahead and record this too. I know some people are a fan of this kind of weird stuff, so why not show it? So, we have this bathtub down here in the basement that we don't use at all. It's a big, nice tub, but we just simply don't use it. So that's why I dump my tank water. That's where I refill my aquarium. Yeah, so a good way to prevent me from dumping any shrimp, snails, fish down is, I mean, you need to get a bigger one than this for a 5-gallon bucket, but if you're careful, it'll work just fine. So my goal here is to catch any shrimp. That way I don't lose anything. I don't want to kill anything. So I'm going to carefully try to dump this. And you'll get to see all that dirt. Everything that just came up, all that dirt, the feces, everything. All that's going to dump out right here. Very carefully. You see the color of that water, it's pretty funky. It was long overdue. If I catch a shrimp, I'm going to stop and run back to the tank real quick. And pretty soon you should start seeing that sediment come out. It's just kind of getting darker there. I'm not seeing any shrimp, I did pretty good so far. There's kind of the sediment. So I'm just going to scan through this real quick, look for any shrimp, any of that nature. Looks like everybody did okay. You would see the shrimp flopping around, but it looks good. Yeah, you saw that sediment, so I don't know if that's probably the best practice to dump down the drain. I'm sure plumbers love that stuff. Might have to change that up, but yeah, that's about it. Thanks.